What are the roadblocks that are preventing creators from growing? What's keeping them from getting more views and more subscribers? I want to go straight to the source. I went to YouTube themselves, sat down with them and asked them, what are these big mistakes? And in today's video, you're going to meet Tom from Creator Insider, and he's going to share with you exactly what those things are. This is Tom. Hey, Tom.
Tim, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad that we're able to reconnect.
I know you have seen, Tom, a lot of data on the platform, and you've seen tons of creators. You've been working on the product behind the scenes. Based on everything you see, what are some of the common mistakes that creators are making that's really preventing them from getting the traction and the growth they really want on YouTube?
There's a few classes of challenges we've seen creators face. The first one are the literal roadblocks. They may have a video that's not suitable for advertising, and they'll upload and publish. The video will be determined inappropriate for advertising. Even if they appeal it, a lot of their views have already been kind of consumed. The second one is challenges that sometimes they encounter with folks who are making claims around copywritten, music or whatever. Those are sort of the two biggest ones that we see people have struggles with. And then there's just general kind of performance optimization things that not every creator does, unfortunately.
What would some of those best practices be?
The obvious thing, which is make as good videos as you can. There's a lot of work you can do around the settings, but if the core video is not compelling, the best tags and thumbnails and titles not going to change that. We were talking to Mr. Beast. He really spends a lot of time making sure those first 30 seconds are great. And then he really kind of edits it well so that you are very unlikely to drop off before the video is over. And then there's always a very clear kind of payoff at the end. I think YouTubers often think of us as this new media and a new platform, and there are new formats, but how man interprets stories and tells stories has not changed for thousands of years for a reason. And whether it's video or poems or whatever, it's probably pretty consistent. So that's the first thing, is make the video as good as one can. But once you have the video as good as you can get it, it's interesting how important the thumbnail game is. Sometimes people have a great video and then they'll spend 10, 20 seconds on their thumbnail. And unfortunately, that really holds back that video's potential. And then also the title. If you worked in the ads business, there are people who spend their whole life perfecting, short, catchy titles, and they get paid a lot of money to do it. That's part of the challenge being a YouTube creator. You have to be great at a lot of things on camera, then the editing, marketing the video. In some ways, a creator is like an entrepreneur. Their channel is like a startup, and every video is like a new product launch. And if you think about that, well, if I had a marketing team for this video, we would definitely make sure thumbnail, title, description, promotion of the video on various platforms would be tip top. If you had to boil it down into numbers, this bears out in the click-through rate and the average view duration. And a lot of people think there's a million factors to the algorithm. There are, but there's two that really matter. And that's the click-through rate and the average view duration. That really drives the likelihood of a video getting recommended. I think the other challenge that some creators have is the expectation that they could become a success within a few uploads. What most creators who've been at it for a while know is that it's a long kind of journey. There are many paths to success on YouTube. Some of it is these overnight successes, but many times it's through sort of this exploration and journey. And when you look at even some top creators, their earlier videos, they may have actually been going after a different approach. And then you see they found their market fit. I would say from a mindset point of view, embrace kind of the journey, be open to the feedback that you're getting from your viewers and the performance of the videos. If you do 10 videos and video number 8 really does well, is there a chance that it's just random? I suppose, but most likely, there was something about that video, the story, maybe the way it was positioned, maybe the thumbnail, the title, some combination, but try and pick up that signal and learn from that and kind of parlay that into your subsequent videos. Interestingly enough, a lot of people aren't as open to that kind of data and information. They may conclude, oh, there's something wrong with notifications. We're aligned here in terms of our interests. If you have great content, it's in our interests to promote it as much as we can. I've noticed some creators, they are thinking about their videos and their channel kind of in this vacuum. Like it's just, they upload it to this black box and then who knows what happens. It's less common for some creators to put themselves in the shoes of a viewer and say, okay, let's say you make a video about hiking in Switzerland. You might be surprised how many creators that would make that video will not look at other hiking videos in Switzerland on YouTube already, because that effectively is when we try and recommend a video to a viewer, we have to see of all of the hiking videos, which one should we show this viewer? And if you upload something that, you know, isn't really compelling or is kind of, you know, not as useful as the other stuff, it may not perform as well. And for some reason, I noticed that a lot of creators don't spend that much time understanding the market and understanding like what alternatives does a viewer that I want have, and how do I make something that's really unique and compelling so that it stands out.
You can do a lot of recon work just by watching the other videos before you make one to see what's in common between their titles and their thumbnails, their opening hooks and opening 15 seconds, and where does the story go in this one versus that one. Sometimes you'll find some really helpful patterns that really like, oh, I was going to go this direction, but maybe I should consider this instead. At least know what you're up against before you make that video and publish it.
Whenever I talk to some of the top creators, I find that they all spend significant time on YouTube as viewers, always looking and seeing what's going on, what are the trends, like what's working, what isn't working. It's time consuming to do your own channel, but you do have to carve out some time to put on your viewer hat and say like, well, what else? Like if I have this thing about cooking, like what other cooking stuff is out there? And it'll help you kind of figure out like, what's the bar for me to be competitive? And then ideally, what's also the unique angle that no one else is getting that I can bring to the table.
Tom and I actually talked for almost 45 minutes about this and a lot more. If you want to hear our full conversation, there's a link down below to our podcast recording. Check it out. But in the meantime, you definitely need to subscribe and check out Creator Insider. Tom and his team, other YouTube employees, are dedicating their time to teaching you how this platform's working. You can click over right there to go check out their channel and watch this video here about viewer satisfaction. Very important when it comes to discovery on YouTube.